Surfing is my passion, my way of life. The stoke I get from riding a perfect wave is pure joy.
I became aware of Bethany Hamilton in 2003 when the shark attack happened. I didn't know what her name was, but I knew a little girl off the coast of Kauai was attacked. And in around 2005, her manager, Dutch Hofstetter, approached me about making a film about it. He said, read her book, and he gave me the book. And when I read the book, I cried. I was amazed at a 13-year-old could do what she did. And I said, there's a movie here.
Just go out there and surf as hard as you do every day.
It's just so powerful, and Bethany's done so many amazing things that you read it and you go, is this real? Did this really happen?
They want to sponsor both of you?
No. Having a movie made about me is something that I never would have picked for myself, but somehow it's come about, and it's happening, and it's real.
When I did meet with Bethany, I said, who would you like to play you? And she said, I'd like Anna Sophia Robb to play me.
I met with Sean McNamara, our director, and he said that Bethany had thought of me for the role, and I was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. I was so honored. I read the script, and I thought it was just a really inspiring story.
When it came to the parents, I knew I had to get great actors, and I had my eye on Helen Hunt for a long time.
I knew that the story was completely compelling, and I'd be shooting on the North Shore of Oahu. So after thinking about it for about 16 seconds, I said, okay.
Dr. Ravinsky said that I can get back in the water as soon as my stitches come out.
Can we try a shower first? There's lots of people in the movie telling her to get back in the water, and I'd say I'm the voice of not too quickly, do it your own way, which I like.
If she quits, she may never get back in the water again, and she will never be the same.
She will never be the same.
To have Helen playing Sherry, my wife, really brings a lot of weight to it.
I mean, who'll even like me with this?
The right guy will love you exactly the way you are.
I'm always trying to make sure that I'm bringing my soul to the work I'm doing, and I feel that's part of what the movie's about, soulfulness, even in the hardest of moments.
The surf is big out there today, so if you try to match them wave for wave, you're just going to wear yourself out with all that paddling.
Actually, the week before Christmas, I was watching the Today Show, and Bethany just happened to be on.
Dennis Quaid saw Bethany on the Today Show, and he said he cried.
I'm a dad myself, so that's where I could really relate to him with what happened to his little girl.
We're not doing this. Doing what? Life has got to go on, just like it always has.
Genius. The chemistry between Helen Hunt and Dennis Quaid was like unbelievable.
Hamilton, squeezing in by 2/10 of a point.
But as soon as they started to act, it was like they were married forever. We were looking for someone to portray Sarah Hill, which is Bethany's youth leader. They came forward to me with Carrie Underwood, and I go, well, show me what she's done. And at that time, she hadn't acted before.
I've done, obviously, a lot of music videos, so I think in that way, that kind of prepared me for being in front of the camera, but it's a completely different thing.
She loved the character, you know. She's a Christian, and she wanted to do a small role in her first film that she wasn't carrying or anything.
I don't know why terrible things happen to us sometimes, but I have to believe that something good is gonna come out of this. I think the main thing to focus on was just her being a rock for this family, and, you know, just the strength that she has to be able to guide Bethany and the family through this.
Hawaii becomes a character in the movie because it's beautiful.
This is the best location I've ever had, ever.
I've been coming here since I'm 14, but for my whole life I've worked, and then I come here to sort of get myself back, so working here is very confusing to me. And it's secretly not so much like working, is the truth.
How do you feel? They're just great people here to work with, because everybody's happy. Really nice place.
I couldn't ask for a better place. I went to Brown before, so all my friends are now at school, freezing in the snow, and so I'd call them and make fun of them, so it's a plus shooting in Hawaii.
Interestingly enough, rich, vivid blue Hawaii came to mind in the beginning when we were talking about this, but what's really interesting to me is that there's a lot of cloud as well. And what I came to learn very quickly, that the realistic aspect of the visuals in this movie involve not just sun, but cloud, and emotionally it has been organically a thing I think that works for the movie.
I think it really does help tell the story that this family lives on the water, they play in the water, they compete in the water, and we made the film right on the water.
Hey, everybody looking at Christy?
The Hamilton family was on the set every single day, and they wanted it authentic. They wanted the surfing right. They wanted to get their Christianity just right. They wanted it authenticity. Bethany was on the set sometimes, and she'd be tough on the background artist. We were in a church scene, and she'd walk on and she'd go, "You guys look like you're at a funeral." And I was like, who else could get away with saying something like that except for the person who the story is being told about?
I think it's important to involve them in the process of this, because after all, it is their story.
The whole family is incredibly sweet and generous and have really welcomed me totally.
I wonder what bathing suit I should wear to the shoot. The pink's cute, but the black really works with my tan.
Filming the shark attack was the biggest challenge of the movie.
I don't think you get to decide. They'll probably just tell us what to wear.
It took place literally in 6 locations with doubles, with actors, with everybody. We shot at the real location on Kauai where it happened from a helicopter of the 4 of them down there. Then we shot on the North Shore of Turtle Bay the close-ups of our actors as the attack happened. We had to kind of think things through on land. I'd actually sit with a stick on a beach and draw things out in the sand.
This is one. You guys play the whole thing, act like you get pulled. That's shot 1.
And then we'd all go out into the water and we'd shoot like this 10 seconds.
And you're just gonna say your line and then do it.
Okay.
And basically we were in like waist deep water, maybe a little deeper, up to our chest. And I had Brian Kailana, our waterman, grab her arm and yank her underwater.
44.
Another good set comes in.
It's right there, the shark's on you.
So it was very difficult to direct out in the water and to act out in the water.
Heads up, heads up.
And then in post-production, we CG'd a shark to come up at the same time and pull her down.
I remember when it happened when I was younger. I remember hearing the news, and my brother's biggest fear is of sharks, so it was like something we talked about at length in our family. And I just think that it's so amazing that she was able to get back in the water right away, because I know myself, I would have been petrified.
We need to get to the reef. Just get to the reef.
For the reef that our actors are, running across, that was the reef right in front of the hotel. If we would have panned 180 degrees, you would have seen tourists on the beach standing there watching us film the movie.
Go, Byron, go. Stay with us. We're trying to get her across the reef, because to go around the reef, as I was told, would have taken an extra 10 or 15 minutes. That 10 or 15 minutes probably would have cost her her life. She lost about 60% of her blood. Come on. Keep her balance on there. Keep her balance on there. Come on, Benny.
We just wanted to say, this is what happened. This was the inciting incident of her life that changed her life forever.
Can we stand where the cameras are gonna go? Can you guys kind of stand?
We shot multiple tests on Soul Surfer to figure out how do we remove Bethany Hamilton's arm digitally.
We developed an approach which is really a handshake between makeup effects and visual post effects that relies heavily on this prosthetic that we have sculpted. And Mark Garbarino, our makeup effects genius, developed this piece which is based entirely on the real Bethany Hamilton.
Pretty much every day I'm putting a prosthetic on Anna Sophia, from having the shark bite it off in the ocean, which is one look, and then we continue on with the healed look and bandages, and then her more strong, muscular, present-day arm.
The real challenge is therefore to get rid of her arm, and in order to do that we have to be able to create what's behind her real arm in any shot. And so we are incorporating a variety of techniques to do that, including creating an actual computer-generated version of her body.
I think 750 visual effect shots in the finished film of Soul Surfer. In reality, when they caught the shark, It happened in the day, they brought it up on the beach, and there was a controversy about it.
That's sort of the edginess that's coming on. There's a tension here. You know, it's like, look, this is wrong, this is right. Hey, I don't care what's right. That thing's got to not be out in the water anymore.
There was, you know, part of the population in Kauai that did not like what happened, and part of the people that were happy that this menace was gone. So I thought it was a very interesting area to explore.
When the shark attack happened, I didn't see the sharks, so to see this big fake shark, it's kind of like weird, like, because it's so big and kind of scary.
So when we actually shot the shark, I decided to place it at night, just because I thought it would bring in an element of scariness to it.
For me, I love animals and I don't really like to kill them. So, I mean, this shark really was, in real life, it was just a really weird shark, and I think in a way it was a good thing just to remove it because it could have harmed many other people. But sharks are a beautiful species, and I think they're just amazing in real life, and the ocean needs them.
Shooting the Thailand sequence for Soul Surfer actually turned out wonderfully because we were right next to the hotel we stayed at on the North Shore of Hawaii. There was an old fishery that had just closed down and nobody was using it anymore. And it had, you know, windows broken out, and it just looked like it was built maybe in 1940 and nobody had repaired it since. So I looked at these old buildings and I said, I think we can do this.
And cut! Brilliant, very nice.
Making Soul Surfer was perhaps the most challenging film I've ever made, and it was kind of a soul searching of myself.
Cut! Brilliant.
This is the best you could possibly ask for. The weather and the people and the surroundings, just so beautiful. And I find myself really not wanting it to end.
Not everyone surfs, but in some way or another, I think they're going to be able to relate to my family in this movie, and just, yeah, hopefully it'll just encourage them and give them joy in their life.
The reason I made the movie is for people to watch this and say, you know what, life is tough, life is difficult, but get back on the board and try again, and you will succeed. You will be successful with what you want to do.